Hi there everybody, this is David, and today we're going to be going over some beginner's hints and tips for the Lunar 1 and 2 Remastered Collection. These games were some of my favorites ever growing up, and I've played them more times than I can count, so I have a lot to say about these games, giving you some great hints and tips on them. And also, in addition to that, I have a giveaway! Gung Ho sent me this amazing press box right here, filled with all sorts of really cool stuff, from like these bromide cards that you can have, to a holographic little Lunar 1 and 2 that changes depending on the light, to a mouse pad right here that's absolutely gorgeous with artwork from both Lunar 1 and 2, as well as this poster right here featuring Alex and Hero and Lucia and Luna, as well as a two-sided diorama here that has Lunar 1 on one side and Lunar 2 on the other, and even the shirt that I am wearing. This box right here is actually part of a giveaway. It is not available for sale, unfortunately, but you can win it. All you have to do is enter the link below and then enter in the secret keyword that I'm going to be flashing sometime randomly during this video. So do be on the lookout for that secret keyword if you do want to enter to win your own. And now, without further ado, let's go ahead and go into this hints and tips video. Oh, and by the way, this giveaway right here is for subscribers only, so make sure that you are subscribed so that you can win. And now, let's get to these hints and tips. First up, positioning the party. Positioning matters more than you know. You're always going to want to keep your party spread out in an X formation, with your tanks like Alex and Kyle in the front, then your white mages like Jessica in the middle, and finally your black mages like Nash and Mia in the back. So why is this, you might ask? Well, that's because similar to like the Trail series or even Chrono Trigger, many attacks hit areas, and the last thing that you want is for your entire party to get hit by a fireball or to get like put to sleep or something. So if you keep them all spread out nicely, you can mitigate that. Also, you can move your party members around using the defend command. Not only does it reduce the amount of damage that they receive, but you can place them wherever you would like to on the battlefield. Number 2, the wide world of weapons. Now let's all talk about like the various weapons and their properties, because not all weapons are created equal. Things like swords and maces are short range, while slings, staves, and bows are long range, so you can attack from afar. And while that might seem a little bit obvious, it's very important, because again, it goes back to the positioning, and you might want to keep your mages with those long range weapons stationary so that they just never move and they always stay out of the fray. Then, certain weapons come with like hit multipliers, and this is extraordinarily important because it is so much better to get one extra hit than it is to get like a little bit more attack power. Because it's not just like Alex will hit like one enemy and then stop. If he has 3 hit multipliers, then he will become a murdering machine as he curb stomps around the battlefield, hitting everything in sight. Then there's the staves, which for the most part just cast magical spells. In Lunar 2 though, there is a very special staff called the Thieves' Staff, and this allows Lamina to pretty much change classes into a thief, because with it, she gets the ability to steal items from enemies. It's on the top floor of Vane's Cave of Trials, so don't forget to swipe it after she gives you permission, because it will come in so handy for free items and quick cash. And I should probably also mention that once you're in the final dungeon, you can't leave. You're stuck there forever. So her stealing could be like a really good way to collect some starlights so that you can actually survive that final boss gauntlet. Number 3, copious crests. Well, not in the first game, in Lunar 2, a crest system was introduced which allows you to customize your party. Some of these crests just give you like access to various spells like the earth, fire, thunder, wind, and water crests give you access to those respective elements. Or then there's the charm crest, dream crest, and mind crest, allowing you to cast various status effect spells like confuse, sleep, or paralyze. Those are just some of the basics though. As you move further along in the game, more and more crests will open up to you, and eventually you'll be able to combine crests together in order to unlock some pretty cool abilities, such as combination magic with those elemental crests, or my favorite, the Chiro crest, which increases your speed. That might not sound like much, but whenever you combine 2 of them together, you get perfect speed, and you always go first, no matter what. And I love putting 2 of them on Lamina herself. Mostly because, she's slow as molasses in January, so she would normally go dead last, but she is screen clearing magic. so if you can make her go first, she will slice through the random battles like a hot knife through butter. Getting these can be a little bit of a pain though, because you have to steal them with a Thieves' Staff in the White Dragon Cave. And speaking of the White Dragon, I've just gotta say, White Dragon Protect is kind of a boss breaker. It protects all of your allies from any attack of any kind, and most bosses use the same attack patterns, so once you do know those patterns, you can predict exactly what attacks they'll be using and when. Yeah, it is costly, but it will help you out dearly. Number 4. Items are important. Like many old school RPGs, items in Lunar are pretty important and great to have around. Whenever you get a Silverlight, keep it. Hoard them like a dragon hoards its gold, because it's the only item in the game that will fully recover all of your MP, which will be infinitely useful against that final boss gauntlet. Now, you might be tempted to sell them because money is kind of hard to come by, and they do sell for 5,000 silver, but I wouldn't do this. If you really do want to sell something for some quick cash, sell the life jewels. These sell for 3,000 silver and are kind of useless in the long run since they only heal your party for 200 HP. Not only that, there are some missables in the game. Early on, you'll have a boat ride to the mainland, and here you can purchase some soap. Take my advice, buy the soap. You might even want to buy like 2 or 3 soaps. It's very useful. Also, it's a good idea to talk to the various NPCs that you find, especially after major storyline events, because many of them can give you bromides, which are essentially original pieces of artwork showcasing all the heroes, and I just know that you're going to want to collect them all. Also, like I mentioned before, in the first game, going to the grindery is a point of no return, so you want to do a little bit of like world exploration before you head off there to grab some pretty sweet items. If you talk to Lily over in Reza, you'll get a Gale Ring. If you talk to Damon, you'll get a Hell Ring. And if you talk to the Chief of Lawn, you'll get a Galleon's Tear. This just goes to show you the amount of missables that you'll definitely want to find, especially as you begin to prepare yourself for the brutal post-game. And number 5, Nash doesn't suck. I know that this title is that Nash doesn't suck, and well, he probably still kind of does. I mean, he is the least useful party member in the first game. There are many ways that will make him a little bit better. First things first, he is not really a true black mage like Mia. He's more of an enchanter, specializing in status effect spells. But here's the kicker. Like most old school RPGs, most status effects don't work. Except for one that he has access to, and that is the sleep spell. Sleep has a 70% chance of working on pretty much every single non-boss enemy in the entire game. And not only that, Nash is like one of your fastest party members too. So if you encounter a big group of baddies, you're going to want to use him to put a bunch of them to sleep, saving yourself a ton of damage in the process, and freeing up somebody like Jessica to go on an attacking rampage, rather than just having her sit back and heal. And speaking of healing, I also like to use Nash as like a backup healer and support, throwing herbs or even MP recovering items to the other party members, because just like every good bottom, Nash loves supporting his friends from the rear. Also, while we're at it, pay attention to the color that an enemy is highlighted before you attack it. If it's red, they're strong against the attack. If it's green, they're weak against it. And if it's yellow, it's just normal. So that's great insofar as figuring out what their elemental weaknesses are, but it's even better in figuring out what status effects you can inflict upon them. So that's it for all the best hints and tips for the Lunar 1 and 2 Remastered Collection. But now, I do want to ask you, what are your best hints and tips for these 2 great games? Let's share them all in the comments and use this section as kind of like a strategy guide to help each other out, and I can't wait to hear all that you have to say. And I do want to thank again to all my patrons for your support. It does mean the world to me. And if you like this video, here's another video that I really do think that you'll thoroughly enjoy, so please do be sure to check that one out, leave a like and a comment, and as always, have a good day.